Okay, so I worked on it was a night shoot. So it was later on a Friday night, which is crazy.
Usually Friday nights, they call them Fridays. Everyone's like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
No, but on our set, everybody was like, we're in the 70s, yes! It was lovely and wonderful. And I remember we were shooting the scene that we have a date at the Indian restaurant. That was the first day that I worked. It was the first day I got to wear my wig, which is always a good day. And there was a cupcake truck from Kumail and Annaleigh, and I was like, happy Friday, everybody. It was just a board, that was enjoy, which is also an amazing thing. To have your producers and your number one be like, hey guys, we love you. We're really happy you're here and grateful for you. It's a little thing, a cupcake, but it goes a long way.
Thank you, that's very kind. I forgot that was your first day.
Yeah, yes. I just thought of lots of funny things that happened. Yeah.
I think that restaurant owner wanted me to invest
I was going to say that. I was going to say this. Go ahead, you share.
I think he wanted me to invest in another restaurant.
And I didn't know what you guys were saying.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there nodding. I had no idea what was happening.
Were we speaking in our own language?
Yes.
Okay.
But I could tell that a pitch was being made to you.
Yeah. It was me nodding a lot.
And it wasn't about the entertainment business.
While all this is going on, Kumail, I know it's not easy playing a role like Steve. I mean, you've talked again about it took a real physical and emotional toll on you. I mean, not to relive those memories, but please share about you've mentioned that it was even all that training that you did for Eternals. This was even more challenging for you in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, that was nothing compared to this. Well, for me, I talked to Annaleigh a lot about this. Getting into the emotion of a scene wasn't the concern as much as getting out of the emotion after the scene was. To me, that was the hardest thing. I'd never done a show where I had sort of emotionally challenging scene after emotionally challenging scene, especially the last two episodes. When you guys get to them, you'll see Steve, I think I smiled once in the last two episodes. There's one scene where I feel good. And so I sort of was having trouble sometimes just switching off out of the sadness or anger or whatever it was, because the body doesn't know the difference, It just is okay, we're angry now, and the heart's gonna be going. When they yell cut, your biology doesn't hear it. So I talked to Annaleigh a lot about how to come out of that, because I didn't want to take it home, I wanted to go home and be with my wife and not have Steve with me anymore.
Even though your wife also was producer on the movie.
Yeah, which is why she had the authority to say, don't come home with Steve. As my boss.
And physically you really transformed as well.
I wanted to look different from the dancers. I couldn't look like. No, that was such a flex. Listen, we've all seen the pictures. I saw a picture. I'm sweating. Oh, take that shit in, baby. That's hot. I just wanted to, okay, let me rephrase. I wanted to look very different from the dancers. I'm sweating. Because I saw a picture of Steve. There's not much stuff of Steve. There's a picture of Steve, and he's with all these Adonises. It was all these gorgeous white men with abs, and then Steve, who looks, very, very different from that. So I was oh, this is what the show is. I need to be someone who doesn't belong in that world. That's very important. I can't look I'm not going to finish that sentence. Robin.
Robin, do you want to finish that sentence?
You don't want to look fine as fuck. That's what you don't want to look.
So, yeah, everybody else was watching what they ate, and I ate cheesecake and fried chicken and French fries and donuts every day. I ate 4 massive meals every day.
It was so unfair.
Yeah, all these guys were watching what they ate, and I would just I would order so much food. It was great.
You could also you just carry yourself differently also, even the posture.
Yeah, well, to me, it was like, obviously, so some of it was in opposition to all the people around me, because you have Nick and you have the dancers who are all like very in touch with their bodies
Right.
and really like how they look and very fluid and connected. So I was like, from that picture, I was like, this guy's the opposite of that. So he's disconnected with everything below his neck, his body and his emotions, And it was also, to me, it was like trying to figure out what his thing was. I was like, oh, he has this like fire inside his belly that he's scared of. So I was like, my entire body is working all the time to make sure that doesn't get out. So sort of the way I move and the posture kind of came from that, just from like trying to keep this thing inside. And that was also challenging.
You were